Hello everyone, it's me, Mr Sneakyy, with another combat guide today, but instead of the normal commentary, we're going over my thought process, how I come to fights, as well as some others, so stay tuned for more. Hello everyone, so yes, before we get into any of the open field, what you can see on screen, smash a like, comment and subscribe to the channel for more open field guides, as well as events and anything to do with the game. I'll cover everything. I've got nearly 200 videos now on Call of Dragons, which is crazy. So yeah, if you want to look for anything, I do have it in my playlist, so let's check it out. If you need, any tips and tricks, they're all there. So on the screen, as you can see, this is basically day 6 or 7. It's quite, a long day that progressed. Basically, the Darrowland Pass did get taken, as you can see from my earlier videos, and then from then, what happened was, obviously, we were trying to push forward. So now you can see my troops coming in. And basically what we're going to do is try and go over how I come and approach fights, right? So you can see my Velyn at the moment, and as you can see, I'm already targeting someone who's really low, because that's one of the best things you can do when you've got a really powerful march, full troops. You can be targeting these marchers like I am. At the bottom of the screen, there's a guy there on yellow who's really weak, and I'm able to obviously get some free damage as well as charge up my skill bar, which is really key, because when you charge up your skill bar, you're able to then retarget someone and fling that damage to them before you even start dealing any sort of combat damage to them, right? So it's a really good way to initiate a fight on someone. So right now you can see me, I've got 2 mages, and this is what I primarily try to use in the fight. I've got a nice little Velyn Waldea combo with Lilia and Atheist, if you're wondering. I am running down the control tree for Velyn and the skill tree down for Lilia. I'll do videos later on those, talent trees if you're looking for it. Just put a comment down below if you want it. But yeah, you can see right now, this is me coming into the fight. So we're in the murder ball. I'm trying to be positioned near some of the units, but not too close to them, right? I'm trying to make sure that if someone targets me, I'm able to get away, and they might be clicking someone else, which is really important. And what I'm trying to do right here, as you can see, I'm focusing down all the 3 kills. So there's a guy then who was Guan Win, quick click, and she died, right? And now, because I already had some charge on her, I was trying to close down the gap on the bottom there to, get my rage cycling up before my combat ends. And as you can see, I kept my combat up, and that was by just going back up and clicking on a unit there just to keep and maintain that combat phase. And then I realized, obviously, there's no way I'm going to be able to maintain that rage meter, so I moved back into the murder ball, as you can see right now. And now we're going to go back and retry again. So we're working together with the guys in front, and we're going to focus down those guys that they're aiming for. So you can see these yellow marchers at the top. I am focusing them down, trying to get some free kills. These guys being a bit of a suicide watch, walking right at us, so we punish them fully, always focusing down the closest target and then going over to the one that's, further away if you can get the free hit on it. So we've pushed them guys back, really nice push. As you can see, Emma marches are nice and healthy still, and Kawaii there being unstoppable on an 11 merit streak or kill streak, as you can see from the fight, which is really good. And this is how you're able to basically, or how I'm able to manage in a fight, right? I do get focused down a lot, obviously, being when you see my name on the battlefield, people do tend to focus me, but as long as you're able to, change position and reposition, as you can see, as long as you're repositioning, you're always able to stay safe, and that is the key about this game. It's all down to positioning, right? Here I'm just trying to be a bit of a nuisance. I can see this guy hitting the builders, and I'm trying to get some free damage off. If you're trying to maintain stamina, this is a bad thing to do, just because right here, obviously, I'm just trying to make sure that guy isn't, doing what he's doing, realizing I'm not going to really stop him, and I'm going to lose out on more stamina than I'm able to use, right? So I run away from that area, come here to regroup, and then go back into any sort of fighting that might be occurring in a second, right? So that is my thought process on that regards, right? Because we don't want to be trying to hit this guy's march and charging up our rage for him just to jump back into the city, because when he jumps back into the city, what happens is you lose any sort of line of sight on him, and because you lose line of sight, your rage or your combat immediately ends. so you do lose that 10 or 15 stamina you might have just used. So being able to attack him, and then if I charge up maybe 1 or 2 of my rage meter bars, and then I know someone was attacking from behind, I'm able just to quickly flick to them and stay within combat and, you know, use the generated rage I've already got from the last fight and use it in this one, right? So now I'm just here trying to be a bit of a nuisance, just trying to trying to get some more merits. As you can see, I'm pulling units from the right side all the way in, and as they're getting targeted by them, I'm now retargeting them myself. So I've got a big amount of AoE coming down on them with a time bomb there. But as you can see, they're trying to focus me, so I pull them back, and because I pull back, their marchers get closer and closer to our allies and our murder ball, which allows us to then return and chase them down and kill them, right? And as you can see now, because I did that, I've put them in a really bad position, and I'm not even getting focused now. I'm not even got a red screen, no one's targeting me, and I get some free merits and free kills again. And it's a really simple and effective way of dealing damage here. You can see this guy stepping out of line. Midas, I know he has really low troop count, so I'm doing some free damage, and as you saw, the rage I accumulated in the previous fight, I just quickly unloaded all my skill damage on him within the start few seconds, right? And that is rage cycling there, right? So I hope you guys can see on screen when I'm talking about these terms of like rage cycling and what you should be doing. I hope you can see myself doing it, and it's a good, you know, indicator for you, you know, what you should be trying to do on the open field, right? So if you enjoyed the video so far, remember guys, hit the like, subscribe and comment to the channel. I'm always going to try and give you guys all the best advice, how to improve your gameplay, try and improve it in raids and anything in that regards. So here we have another push from TA. We're going to try and watch what they do now while my marchers do eventually come. I'm running 3 marchers here. This one is a bit of a more shaky one because I'm running archers, and you're going to see why archers are really bad if you're going to play archers and mages because of the range difference. But when you do have your archers out, I must admit the single target DPS you do on the open field is insane. So you do kill and close down, you know, enemies really well. So here we have the TA push. You can see they're trying to defend still this flag that they're destroying, and the BDL marchers all here in yellow and red. And this is again from my situation from the last video, or say last video in the last section. It was a perfect scenario again, right? They're all low while I'm all high in my marchers, so I don't even waste time. I already start targeting the Garwood who's walking down in the field. This was just to get my charge of my rage going, and then I start focusing down these main troops. Obviously my Nico, you can see here, is getting targeted really hard, so I'm using its artifacts here with the skill combo you can see right there of the time bomb plus the Viola's bow plus the AoE of Velyn and the Lilia all hitting at the same time means big AoE numbers hitting multiple units. We can see obviously some familiar faces on screen. If you see yourself, obviously put yourself in the comments below. But that allows me to do a massive amount of damage. But as you've noticed, my archer, because he is a shorter range than the mage, they do get tended to focus, right? Enemy mages outrange your archers. So as you can see now, my Nico is already dropping dangerously low. Not really ideal where you want him, and that's why I would suggest if you're going to play archers, just bring 1 or 2 archer marchers and that's it, until you get good enough in your multi-managing your groups. Because if you saw just then really quickly on screen, you might need to rewind it. I do click on Nico, I change him from group 1 to group 2, and then I keep obviously the mages in group 2. Meaning on my key bindings I'm managing 2 different groups, but I'm actually managing 3 different units at the same time, right? And as you can see, my Nico there with the 2 on his eye, on the, you know, on his portrait, is doing his job. I'm trying to get some free kills on the bottom still bit before I run, but then obviously I get some targets and I don't like the targets, so I just send him home. So he's going home now, and by just pressing my F1 key, I'm able to use group 1 again, which is just the mages, and this is going to be really easy to use because they both have the same range again, right? So I'm going to be able to coordinate a lot better with their artifacts and their skill usage, right? So I hope you guys have understood the video so far. I hope you enjoyed it so far. We are coming towards near the end of the video before we close down. We can see myself here doing some great focusing, choosing some targets before they run away. So my Velyn just then, you can see he gets his full charge up, and I'm waiting for a good time to unleash it. So now they stop targeting me, and I instantly go to try and fire this thing off before it disappears, but it's gone, right? So now I'm gonna just reposition to a better place and then start DPSing down again, and that's all I do. And then you can see it's a really good position for myself, playing on my territory to maintain my buffs and keeping as maximum range as possible from the enemy, right? Because if I get targeted right now, especially my Velyn, I'm going to be taking massive amount of damage. This is what you're going to see right now, the big focus on Velyn, and because of that, I used my Sneakyy, and that was able to hit a massive amount of free AoE on the units on the right side, right? Again, if you want to just quickly go back maybe 10-15 seconds, you're going to be able to see that live again, where my units are getting focused. I use my Sneakyy in the area, the guys are pulled into that area, take the damage, and then they run away, right? So I kind of bait them into taking some free artifact damage for no reason, right? So this is a really good position again by myself. Back near the enemies are trying to focus me, but I'm right close to my team, right? So I'm able to just quickly recall away, which you can see I'm always doing. I'm always moving back because you're able to do so, right? I'm getting targeted here by some guy, so I quickly choose a position, see that my Velyn's too low, so I send him home. And now it's just my Lilia left, right? So again, everyone's trying to focus the Lilia, trying to not get a kill. So now go and reposition her away from these guys. These guys are trying to kill her, but I can see that these guys are really weak. I do some free skill damage because my rage meter was full, as you can see here. I'm trying to get some free kills before my guys die. Obviously, my Velyn's about to die. My Lilia is about to die, and that's all because of my mistake. And that was, if you notice, and my mouse goes all the way over, I am pressing my F1 key to give selected, and when I'm pressing my D to send them home, for some reason it wouldn't send them home, so I might have needed to click first and then send them home, right? So that is a little lesson learned on my end, but so far, as you can see, it's all about repositioning, using your range correctly, and focus down, not the strongest unit straight away, right? Try and pick apart all the weaker ones first, and then your team will all focus the stronger ones together and kill them, right? And it's a really effective way to fight in the open field, guys, and it is a really good way, and you're going to start seeing it again here by TM pushing the BDL guys. They are trying to defend the flag, and I'm going to give, obviously, big props to BDL because they are a really great alliance to fight with. They are really good, really fun alliance to fight. But you can see TM here with the coordination. Mr. Poison trying to be the whale he is and create a load of pressure and dividing these murder ball into two areas, right? Allowing the top side to kill the top first and then move down to the bottom, right? So I hope you enjoyed the video so far. That is again me, Mr. Sneakyy, so far, giving you guys my thoughts and processes on how I come to fights. I hope you enjoyed it and thought it was pretty insightful. Obviously my two majors did die in the end, but I did get the Nico out, so you can just see, you know, every time, you know, sometimes does happen, you know, mechanical errors happen, you know, you might not hit the refresh button or send home button in time and your units die, and obviously you're going to get punished if they die, because if they do die, you do lose a load of troops when they go to the hospital. So big tip is always try and send them home when they hit red. Really good way to keep your hospitals not filling up and keep being able to fight on the open field, right? So that is coming towards the end of the video now. The summary of the, you know, my account so far, I'm about 800,000 merits. It's been a really fun fight. It's been really good using Lilia and Velyn so far, but obviously for the free-to-play players, I would recommend Velyn and Waldir. That's the combo I've been using so far, and it is honestly, sometimes it earns you more merits than the Lilia and Atheist combo, so it's a really good combo to run. But that is going to be me, guys, finishing up the video with all the tips. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want any talents for the guys, put it in the comments below. But for now, peace out, guys. Enjoy the video and subscribe to the channel. Peace.